we're due for a special guest joining us now as we get the show rolling here. So Big Sky Conference Commissioner Tom Wistrcill. Tom, great to see you first of all, because when we see you in this setting, we know football is right around the corner. So speak to us about how excited you are right now.
My favorite time of the year. Let's get the games going. We've had all summer you talk about everything else, right? We talk about player movement, the transfer portal, right? We talk about sharing revenue, lawsuits. We talk about all of those things. Now we can finally talk about the games and about the teams. It's so great to be here with our coaches and student athletes and all of the things that you guys just mentioned. So fortunate to be here, and we have a wonderful conference that cares about the right things, and we're ready to have some games. So, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Tom, Montana State, of course, #1 in both the coaches and media polls. However, we've talked about it. This race seems wide open this year with a handful of teams getting #1 votes in both polls. How does that add to the excitement of the race for a Big Sky title this season?
It's so great and meaningful to have so many people in play. This will be going into my 8th year as commissioner for football, and I think this is the most wide open race since I've been here. And, when you don't return as many quarterbacks as you typically do, it's going to be wide open. And that's why it's great to see like Northern Arizona, who hasn't been near the top of the conference in recent memory, got to the playoffs last year. They bring their quarterback back. There's the usual depth and strength of some of our programs that are kind of always going to be there. But every year there's a team from that bottom half that finds their way up into the playoffs, and it'll be fun to watch who it's going to be this year.
You kind of touched on it to start this time, but obviously a lot of shakeups kind of going on around college football and college athletics as whole, right? Because you look at the House settlement, you look at the transfer portal and the way that's taken off. So I guess just kind of your 10,000-foot view as a commissioner of this league, kind of how the Big Sky Conference fits in it, but just how the shakeup has really affected college athletics going forward.
We're not immune to the changes that are happening around college athletics. Obviously, we have some membership changes going on for next year. I love our placement. I love what we stand for. I really, truly believe we're the true college athletics, that we find the balance between the incredible student athletes and championship dreams that we have and still talking about graduation and student athlete experience. We do a great job of bridging those two things, and that's what's so meaningful for our presidents, ADs, coaches, fans, and the passion that they have is that we deeply care about both of those things. It's not all about the money in the Big Sky. It's about those other things, and that's what makes it so meaningful. So I'm proud to be a part of this conference. We got a great thing going, and we're very bullish about our future and proud to lead from the front.
Talking about the future and the changes, of course, Southern Utah, Utah Tech joining the Big Sky next season. Both ADs have been here all weekend long. What are the benefits of adding those two schools to the conference?
We knew Sac State was going to be leaving at some point, so we had plenty of time to discuss the future with our presidents and athletic directors. Southern Utah and Utah Tech have wanted to be part of the Big Sky for a long time. And so it was just a matter from a timing standpoint when it worked for us best. And at the time, it was best to grab them both. We need to stabilize some other sports like men's golf and softball. And to do that with teams in our footprint who really wanted to be part of what we were doing. It was an easy decision to make. I was fortunate that our presidents really came together and encouraged us to get that done to secure our future. We don't know what's going to happen around us and above us, so it's important that we control what we can control, and we're excited to have those two joining us a year from now.
Nice to have a familiar face in Southern Utah back as well. And, hey, St. George, Utah, not bad either for a good scenic area to have.
Yeah, 50 miles apart there in a pretty nice part of the country. Worked out really well.
Absolutely. Tom, so obviously 4 games on ESPN linear networks this year as well. Big expansion for the Big Sky as well. Just speak to that and maybe how that deal came about and just how big that is for the conference to have that exposure.
We're really excited. Just entered into new 5-year agreements with both ESPN and Scripps to get 4 games, football games on ESPN2. That's by far the most of any conference in the country to be on either ESPN or ESPN2. So from an FCS standpoint, we're able to deliver a great audience on Saturday night, and ESPN loves that. Usually it's competitive games, loud environments, and we're very fortunate to get to show off our brand of football to the entire country. And some people are like, boy, those games are late. I have to remind them that, every bar east of the Mississippi has our games on. Millions and millions of people are watching late night football on Saturday night. And so it's a great partnership we have with ESPN and with Scripps, and we're fortunate enough to continue to grow those opportunities to showcase the great football we have out here.
Tom, you say it over and over again. We are one of, if not the premier FCS football conference. How does that deal bolster that statement?
I say we are the premier football conference, and it's because of that. It's because we play for championships. Our team's goals are very specific, right? I want to win the Big Sky title. I want to win a national championship. Every program we have, that's their goals. And it's special to be a part of that. Our media partnerships help us from a recruiting standpoint and a top of mind nationally. When people think of FCS football, we want them to think of the Big Sky Conference. So fortunate to have that and proud to carry that flag.
Well, Tom, we're really excited to have football back and be hanging out here at the Northern Quest. So thanks so much as always for joining us, and we're fired up to see what the season holds.
Great to be with both of you. Thanks for your support and leadership and how we're promoting what we do, and it's going to be a great broadcast today.
We're very excited. Well, Megan and I will be hanging out with you all day long, and coming up after the break, we'll have our first head coach here at Media Day in Montana State, head coach Brent Vigen. Stick with us. We'll be right back from the Northern Quest here at the Big Sky Kickoff.